Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another live stream here on the Den of Nerds Live. It's probably the best way to start your nerdy day. And oh, baby, do we have a good show for you all today. We're going to be talking about Marvel Netflix characters, Vincent D'Onofrio, Kingpin, Charlie Cox, Daredevil, John Bernthal, Punisher, maybe. We're going to talk about all of that stuff and sort of the rumor mill, what everybody's saying about how these characters will be brought into the MCU, and there's actually a ton of different updates about this, a lot of fun teases and rumors, etc., etc. So we're going to be getting into that. I'm excited. I also want to talk about the Batman. We're going to talk a little bit about the Batman today. It was trending just a little bit ago. It's being screened. People are saying different things about the Batman. I tweeted about it. I talked about it in our Discord a little bit, and it seems like many of you disagree with me about the Batman. So I'm excited to be talking about that and just kind of taking a look at what you guys have to say. We'll talk about all of these different things with regards to it, and we'll poll you guys to see if you guys are feeling it or not. So we're going to get into this. Do me a favor, smash the like button on this video, Nerd Vengers. Wake everybody up. It's Monday morning. People coming in here slowly. Make sure they know about this stream, man. Push it out to the peoples. Push it on out to the peoples, okay? And before we get into this, I do want to say we will be doing a Nerd Vengers only stream today at noon. If you didn't know, we don't do the Nerd Vengers stream or the members only stream on the weekends anymore. We do that at noon, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So if you're a Nerd Venger member, come on by today at noon. I have some cool things to go over, and I think we're going to read some comics as well. Okay, so let's get into this stuff. The biggest thing, of course, the big rumor is all about Charlie Cox Daredevil being in Spider-Man No Way Home. This was something that was sort of leaked out, something that people talked about for a long time with regards to the movie. There's even people like myself that speculate that that's Charlie Cox you see in the trailer. That in that trailer, the lawyer dude comes into the room, slams the thing down. He's got hairy Charlie Cox hands. Arms that are hairy like Charlie Cox, and yeah, man, he's got a little bit of a gut. It could just be the angle, etc., etc. But yeah, I think that's Charlie Cox. A lot of people think that's Charlie Cox. Now, there's something else really interesting happening with just Marvel, the MCU, and what they're doing with reshoots. Okay? So, he's been spotted in Atlanta. Okay? Now, some people are saying, okay, they could slip him into Spider-Man No Way Home. Could be. They could be slipping him into Hawkeye. Could be. Could be reshoots for Hawkeye as well. I personally think it's Spider-Man No Way Home. I think Spider-Man No Way Home and the direction they want to go with Spider-Man, I think, why wouldn't you? If you're going to be bringing Vincent back, which it does look like they're going to do, why wouldn't you want him in a Spider-Man movie? You know what I mean? And honestly, there's a ton of different characters that could interact with him as Kingpin in this movie. What if it's Osborn? Osborn from one of the other Spider universes coming in and being like, like if we've got Storm and Norman from the Sam Raimi films, then he comes in and he's like, oh, of course there had to be a Kingpin in this world. You know what I mean? It has like some kind of interaction with him. That could totally work. We also heard rumors, these were long-standing rumors, that Smythe, the Spider Slayer, was going to maybe show up in this movie as well. And that would be a really interesting thing to do with D'Onofrio. And, we just got over last week, late last week. Last week was a crazy week for nerdy news. Crazy week for us nerds. We got all of those rumors about Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness, right? Well, one of the things that I got told as I was, reaching out to people and just talking about it was that they were changing things potentially from the script and what they told a lot of the actors and then putting really cool things in, like maybe an Xavier, in reshoots. Okay? And I made this point again last week, but it bears repeating. If you look at what they did in the gallery episode of The Mandalorian, which, by the way, I have a very funny video, a very hilarious, fun video coming out for you guys later today, which has Ahsoka versus Luke and talking about the drama that the fan base went through with regards to that. So look for that later today. But in that documentary, they're talking about how in order to keep the secret, they had different concept art made. They had a different actor and a character in the script and on set. And this was all to throw people off, okay? So a lot of people thought, and maybe still do, that Shuma Gorath was going to be the main villain of Doctor Strange 2. The Xavier bit, which he's not going to be the main villain, apparently Wanda is, but the bit about Charles Xavier being in the movie, I'm being told a lot of that was pushed in reshoots. So again, doing reshoots with D'Onofrio, shooting just down in Atlanta, just in general, kind of gives me the feeling, the vibe, the premonition, the Peter Tingle that he could be in Spider-Man. That's really, really cool. What's up, Norm? Thank you so much, man. First time chat. What's up, homie? After Loki, I'm ready to get weird in the multiverse. You and Feige, take my money. Hey, thanks so much, brother. I appreciate that. I'll go over that again in Q&A. We'll go over all the super chats at the back half of the show for sure. But thank you for the support. Okay, so that's number one. So let's talk about that. Before we go any further, I want to sort of retread on what do we know about Vincent D'Onofrio Kingpin, okay? It was reported, and we talked about this, it was a month, maybe a month and a half ago. This came from the Star Wars, or rather the Marvel Studios spoilers subreddit, which one of those moderators is a Nerdvenger, okay? Mason is a Nerdvenger and does the Lord's work over there. He's really in the know, and that moderation team, they have a lot of good insight sources, ways to confirm things, okay? We ran this, that yes, D'Onofrio as Kingpin is going to be in the Hawkeye show. In fact, we know what episodes he's going to be in, unless they change it. He's going to be in the 5th and 6th episode. And there's actual images. There's things. I've seen things. It's like as real as it gets. You know what I mean? Sorry. Spoilers, Mom. Kingpin's going to be in Hawkeye. Okay? So that report is kind of what started this whole thing. And you're like, well, what's the deal with Hawkeye? Why would Hawkeye have Kingpin? Why would Kingpin be in a Hawkeye show? Well, number one, because it's probably going to take place in New York. Okay? But number two, there's a very important character known as Echo. And Echo has strong ties to Daredevil, Matt Murdock, Hawkeye, and Kingpin. Okay? That is the one. That is the one. By the way, rumors that the Hawkeye show might drop a trailer kind of soon. And as I continue to say to all the Nerdventures, as I continue to say to everybody that'll listen, don't sleep on the Hawkeye show. You don't sleep on the Hawkeye show. You don't say that. You know, what? Oh, it's just a Hawkeye show. Oh, it's just a nice little show of the bow and arrow guys. Guys shooting things with the bow and arrow. That's cool. I'm not that interested. Shut your mouth. You don't know what you're talking about. Hawkeye show about to be lit, son. Hawkeye show about to take us places, son. I'm telling you. Echo, very cool character. And apparently, ladies and gentlemen, apparently, rumor is, word on the street, a little birdie told me that they're going to do an Echo show. A full-on, full-ass Echo show. A show about Echo. Echo's a cool character, as I said before. I like her. She's a female character, but she's, I mean, you know, some people just get triggered by that. They're like, Wah! Female, Wah! MCU or whatever, right? She's one of the good ones, man. She's an awesome female character. We'll see who they get as the actress. That can be a large determining factor as to how people feel about it. But Echo's a dope character. The point is, the Echo show is supposed to have Matt Murdock's Daredevil in a big-time supporting role. He's supposed to be doing a lot in that show. A lot. Okay? On top of that, ladies and gentle beings, this account right here, main middleman. Okay? Who knows, like, who are these people, right? Like, who are these, like, avatared up, secret Marvel insider people? Oh, I don't know for sure, but I do know that this BSL, big screen leaks, they're legit. They're legit AF. I also know that, again, the moderation team on the Marvel Studios subreddit, including a Nerdventure, and boy, do you love to see it, that group of individuals, very good at vetting people and finding out if they actually have sources and know what they're talking about, okay? They're not perfect, of course, but they're very good. They're putting this dude on blast. Big Screen Leaks follows them. That's kind of enough for me to pay attention to what they're saying. And what are they saying? Discussions about Daredevil have brought the future of the character in the MCU into question. Sounds like Matt Murdock will appear in many other productions before he gets his first MCU solo. Anyway, there is, in fact, a project about the Man Without Fear in early development. What? This is going to happen with some of the Marvel Netflix series' leading characters, which will appear in some upcoming and later projects. But not all of them will have their solo part. Some secondary and supporting characters will also return, some of them with the familiar faces you know already. About the actors, don't expect them all to return. These are the consequences of a reboot plus scheduling conflict. What is also being discussed at this point is whether there will be projects developed outside of Disney Plus, focusing on projects besides PG-13 for characters like these. It's not a simple decision to make for a company like Disney, but my guess is that that is inevitable. To conclude, I won't mention any more names before confirming, but Matt Murdock and Kingpin won't be the only ones back. You'll see soon. Stay safe and take care of yourself, my dear ones. Have a good night. Okay. Again, I sort of explained why we're taking this person a little bit more seriously, why we're listening to what they have to say, and it's being repeated by other people, okay? Again, this guy, the almighty Levi. The almighty Levi. Oh, you don't know who Levi is? Dummy. Dumb. You dumb Dugan, you. Who's Levi? Real quick. Okay. Yeah, no, this is somebody coming from the Marvel Studios spoiler subreddit. This dude is a dude of note. He got some stuff right for the No Way Home trailer. Apparently, he was leaking this shit. He's leaking, leak all over the leaky faucets. He was asked, do you know if the future Daredevil stuff will be a reboot with the same actors or keeping the continuation of the show? Keeping the same general continuity is what Levi says. Again, if you don't know who Levi is, shut your mouth and get out of here, okay? You dummy. You're so dumb. What a dummy. Okay, what's the point? What's going on here? Well, with the discussion of The Man Without Fear, which is a great run. Hey, my comic book sweaties, help me out here. I believe that's the Frank Miller run, right? After he becomes not Daredevil anymore, Kingpin, like, ruins his life. It starts off with him being like, you shouldn't have signed it, right? Am I wrong? Help me out, sweaties. That's what we're talking about, right? So, if they're doing that story, then it's like they want to sort of have the continuation of what they established on Netflix that kind of goes into that last season, right? Right? Kingpin kind of knows who he is, right? They sort of play around with this idea. They do it a little bit, but they could do it much better than that. But in order to do this, you got to kind of establish Daredevil in the MCU a little bit more. And to be honest with you, like the Devil of Hell's Kitchen and how kind of small scale and everything was back then, that's not going to necessarily work for what they want to do with him in the MCU. He's got to be Daredevil. He's got to be well known. People are going to know who Daredevil is. That's why it's funny and crazy when, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing, right? So it looks like that's what they're going to establish here. Now, a couple of other things that people are saying about Matt Murdock in the MCU. This dude's putting it right out on Front Street. He's going to show up in a lot of different projects. Well, think about what we know already or what we speculate. Daredevil in the She-Hulk show. By the way, wearing the yellow costume. Don't come for me, Disney snipers. It was a superhero theorist that told me. And now you have them in custody in Guantanamo, from what I understand. Okay, anyway. So it's Daredevil in the yellow suit. In She-Hulk. Don't come at me, Feige. Kingpin in the Hawkeye show? Possibly. Also in Spider-Man No Way Home. Again, D'Onofrio's currently doing some reshoot stuff. They could work some magic, put him in different places, you know? Echo show with Matt Murdock, Daredevil, and Echo, and probably Kingpin as well. You know what I mean? So those are just kind of the heavily rumored the projects that we think are out there for this guy. And then the idea that they're going to do Man Without Fear as probably a Disney Plus series. Amazing. Amazing. Now, the main middleman and Levi, the notorious Levi, have also sort of speculated about these other characters. There's teases out there, right? And back in the day, when these reports were first kind of spilling out, there was mention that Jon Bernthal's Punisher would be one of these people. Now, let's stop for just a second. I actually, this is kind of funny. I just remembered this. I want to know what you guys think. You guys let me know. Put a 1 into the chat if you saw what went down on Twitter over the weekend between Charles Murphy and Deborah Ann Wolf's husband. Put a 1 into the chat if you saw that go down. It was kind of hilarious. I didn't get the full context of it. People kind of just told me. Did any of you guys see that? Basically, Charles Murphy is one of the big people that had the Daredevil's coming back scoop, the big scoop about Matt Murdock coming back in Spider-Man No Way Home. Big scoop for him. I remember it. It was like a long time ago when we talked about it. So apparently, after the trailer, the Deborah Ann Wolf's husband on Twitter or something like started just coming at Charles Murphy about that story and talking about how he's not going to be in there, talking about how Deborah Ann Wolf's not going to be in there, and this dude went like hard on Twitter coming at Charles, which I found so odd. So maybe Deborah Ann Wolf is not in there. You know what I mean, basically. But yeah, like I'm real confident that Charlie Cox Daredevil is going to be in there as well, right? So the question is, man, what are they going to do with Punisher, right? I mean, they've got the Deadpool thing. They're working on Deadpool right now. Iger had said previously that they're okay doing R-rated Deadpool. There's still some indication that that will indeed be the way. And I think Disney needs a long-term plan for more mature or R-rated kind of content on Disney Plus. I think they could even do a whole Marvel brand for it, but they don't have to do a Marvel brand. They could do like what they did with Touchstone Pictures, and have like an imprint that is for that more mature content. What I've always loved, I think it would be dope if they took the Max thing from the comics, because there's Marvel Max comics which are more mature. They got more sex, blood, violence, swearing, you know, fun. So what if they just did MCU Max? And they had some stuff that connected to the MCU that was hardcore, violent, bloody, you know? And then you could do the Punisher on such a thing, right? You could bring him in and have him in some kind of MCU property that would be more in line with what we like with the Punisher. Because otherwise, I think the only way they will probably use Jon Bernthal, and this would be a little unfortunate, I would still like it because I like the character, but it would be unfortunate, is if they sort of put him in just other people's stuff, right? And just kind of had him show up and play a role and maybe, you know, be violent. But you can't, like, if you're going to do a full-on Frank Castle story, it's going to get bloody, violent, and horrible. You know what I mean? It's just the reality of the situation. It's going to get that way. You're going to have to push that R rating, I think, to do it right. So, you know, that's kind of what I'm thinking with that. But other actors, man, like, I'm going to be real. Like, I don't think Finn Jones is coming back at all. I don't think homie that played Luke Cage is coming back at all. And there'll be a lot of those characters that they just leave behind. But Feige is going to, generally speaking, according to these rumors and these reports, he's going to, generally speaking, keep the continuity of what came before and just kind of do his version of it in the MCU. I think he'll even have like a different costume and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So who knows for sure. Here's something else that's really interesting. And let's keep it as spoiler-free as we can. And it's going to be tricky to say what I want to say without spoiling something from an upcoming movie. But, who's this guy? Mark frickin' Ruffalo. Apparently he was seen in Budapest. And the same... Wait, what the mother lovin'? How do I get back to... this? Okay. He was seen by the same freaking person in Budapest, and Oscar Isaac is there as well. So he's with Oscar Isaac, more or less. Will Hulk make an appearance in the Moon Knight series? Ooh, it's kind of exciting. Again, without spoiling anything for any upcoming movies, this feels like this could be a little invitation to come hang out with the big boys. And by big boys, I mean Avengers. Moon Knight on the Avengers? Yes, please. Oscar Isaac with the Avengers? Let's go. I'm super into it. So, ladies and gentle beings, that is more or less the main deal when it comes to the Netflix Defenders and how I think they're going to be coming into the MCU. Yeah, this is, again, talking about the Echo. That's Levi, dude. It's Levi again. Main cast for the Echo series. Dude, wow. Levi, dude, wow. He's so good at what he does. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's pretty wild. Dang. Dude, Levi, he's everywhere. He's all over the place. Holy crap. This is interesting. Okay, so, we can shift in. Let's shift in and let's talk about the Batman a little bit. I want to see where you guys are at with this. In fact, let's put a poll up. Let's put a poll up, you know? We haven't done a poll yet today. You know? Let's poll it up, you know? Speaking of Punisher, let's talk about Matt Reeves, the Batman. He's not wearing... Wait, no, he is wearing hockey pads. Yeah, Michael Coulter. Yeah, he's not bad in the role. I thought that show sucked, though. Are you hyped for the Batman? Let's go. Let's see what y'all think, man. Let's see what y'all think. By the way, smash the like button, you mother truckers. I know it's Monday morning. I know you're a little bit tired, and I know you're about to get real butthurt about what I'm going to say about Batman, but just shut your mouth. Or will Moon Knight show up in the She-Hulk series? Gavin, you know something I don't? Let me know. Yeah, we'll get into Q&A in just a little bit, guys. Just everybody relax. We'll get into Q&A in a little bit, okay? So what's going on with the Batman? What's the deal? Well, it's getting reshoots, okay? So first of all, you know it's screwed, right? No movie actually gets reshoots, okay? Everybody's like, oh, reshoots totally normal. Wrong. If you're a DC movie made by Matt Reeves and you're the Batman, if you have reshoots, fail. Horrible. The worst, okay? So there's reshoots happening. And part of the deal with the reshoots, according to the peoples out there, right? The sources, the rumors, the birds, the chipmunks, the hungry hippos. According to the people, one of the big things is after Matt Reeves showed the Warner Brothers people the Batman, they all sat in silence for a little bit after they screened it, right? Because you got to screen this kind of stuff for the studio heads, right? They all sat there, and then the one dude was basically just like, "Geez, man, I can't believe we should have just went with Snyder. We should have just went with the Snyderverse." And everybody started to agree. Matt Reeves started to cry and ran out of the room. And from there, you know, after they got him back in there and he dried his eyes, they were like, "Look, man, this is way too crazy. You literally made Batman an insane person." And yeah, he's insane. We play often in the comics. It's fun. It's nice. But he's also a hero, bro. You have this guy, and you shot kind of like a horror movie about this dude that's wearing hockey pads. That's literally insane. He's an insane person. He's a crazy person. You know what I mean? Like, and so it's dark. It's apparently dark. like darker than Snyder in like a I don't feel good Mr. Stark kind of way. Like it leaves your stomach feeling knotted up, twisted. You know, you get diarrhea when you even think about it. So I guess where I'm at, right? Just objectively speaking, as you know, just someone that doesn't really have it in for the movie. You know, I hope the movie succeeds and all that. Blah blah blah. Look at what happened with the Suicide Squad, bro. Okay, now the Suicide Squad with James Gunn is actually a really fun movie. I like the Suicide Squad. I thought it was a good time, but it bombed in the box office, and I think a lot of the fan base rejected it. And I think one of the reasons that the fan base rejected it is because it felt bad that they would kneecap Zack Snyder and prevent him from being able to creatively tell his story, and then turn around and give carte blanche to James Gunn and let him do the wildest, craziest shit ever in a movie. And I think for a lot of people, that was like, okay, but what the fuck is this about? On top of that, even the continuity, like if you want to think about the continuity, don't think about it. You're going to hurt your brain, okay? Don't think about the continuity. Don't think about it. Even James Gunn himself said, yeah, we would have totally had like Superman in there, but I don't know, who is Superman? Who, Cavill? What? And it recently came out, and this is no joke. This is actually serious, okay? I know I joke around on this channel, but this is the real deal right here. He said it had to do with drama between the studio and Henry Cavill. He would have done some Superman stuff in the movie, but there was drama there because it's Warner Brothers, right? Guys, not a lot of people covered the Suicide Squad or like did, you know, there was content made about the Suicide Squad, but lest I remind you what happened to this channel when we tried to do a trailer breakdown of the Suicide Squad. Warner Brothers is also actively engaged in hurting content creators and preventing them from being able to talk about this stuff, or rather to be incentivized to talk about this stuff. The buzz, the hype just wasn't there for the Suicide Squad. It's not even the most watched superhero movie on HBO Max. You know what I mean? Like, there's just look, and they're doing the Peacemaker stuff now. You know, they're going to do the Peacemaker show. I don't give a shit about a Peacemaker story. I really don't. You know what I mean? And it's yet to be determined on how that's going to land with people and how exciting that's going to be. Now, let's be fair. Matt Reeves' The Batman, it won DC fandom, in my opinion. That was an incredible first trailer. Gave us a great vibe, a great look at what it was going to be. But I think we're headed towards a scenario that a lot of sort of ancillary things that are going on with DC fans and the DC fandom. The DC fans are so divided, so confused about what's going on. I think that it's number one that Muschietti's making this dope Flash movie, which will seemingly set up the whole multiverse, and there's all this fun stuff going on with that. That on top of the fact that, like, there's no clear-cut answer to the continuity questions, and it does look like they're going to screw Snyder and not do any more Snyder stuff. I don't know, man. I'm seeing a scenario where the Batman bombs. You know? As I said a long, long time ago, it really does look like what Matt Reeves wants to do is deconstruct Batman. And I just don't know how well that's going to do, especially because we live in a world where Muschietti's not going to deconstruct Batman. He's going to give you multiple dope-ass Batman. And you're getting this, like, horror version of Batman. It feels fucking inconsequential. It feels like a total Elseworld that's not going to connect to anything. It feels like a project out of time. It has all these different things going against it. And so, again, as objectively as I can be, with certainly no motivation to besmirch the movie in any way, that I think that movie's gonna bomb, bruh. But a lot of you disagree, and so I thought it would be fun to sort of argue about that and get everybody triggered. So I'm sure many people are triggered. I think Nikki probably just sent in a thing that I'm triggered by. Everybody's triggered. Wonderful. Pretty interesting. So 61% of you say nah. Look, Nikki. Pretty Nikki's upset too. Everybody's upset. Everybody's upset at me. Mossma says they said this Batman set up many other things. Yeah, I've heard that. But it looks like what it's gonna set up is a HBO Max show. Here's where I'm at with that. Let me just address this because this is driving me crazy. They greenlit a Peacemaker show before the movie came out. The movie bombed, bro. I don't care. You know, you can make all the kind of excuses you want to about that movie. It bombed, bro. Godzilla vs. Kong was in theaters and on Disney Plus. It crushed what the Suicide Squad did, dude. Suicide Squad not killing it, not doing the thing. And they greenlit a whole fucking show before it even came out. They greenlit a Gotham City show within the world of Batman before it even came out. And now they're making Matt Reeves reshoot the movie and take it down a couple of notches. This is how I almost said a really bad word just now. But this is how stupid Warner Brothers is. They have the biggest superhero IP, the most hype for a thing ever, and they're like, nah, fam, we're good. Let's make the Gotham City show for our hockey pad Batman movie that hasn't even come out yet. And honestly, I do believe that it would be just, whatever. I think it would be hilarious if all the shows that they greenlit before the fucking movie comes out have zero interest, and then the movie bombs and then they fail. And the reason it would be hilarious is because they have no self-awareness. They also have no awareness of what the fans want, dude. So, again, am I going a little hard? Nah, fam. I mean, maybe a little, okay? Maybe a little. Okay, everybody relax. But Warner Brothers, man. Warner Brothers, the studio that makes you feel better about being a Star Wars fan. Am I right? All right, everybody, let's get into the Q and the A. I'm going to pull up the Super Chats. We're going to go over all of the Super Chats. I do want to say, too, man, we got some big old plans coming, man. If you're on the fence about, the Nerd Avengers or, hanging out, bro, you're going to miss out, dude. We got some wild stuff coming. Big plans. A lot of cool stuff that I want to share with everybody in the Nerd Avengers stream, etc., etc. I do want to say that this stream, as well as all of our streams, are brought to you by Surfshark VPN. You know, if you're like me and you're constantly trying to find the next hot NFT project and put Ethereum on your wallet and buy JPEGs for way too much money, you're going to want to do that securely. You're going to want a VPN. Make sure people can't just steal all of your fake crypto money. Don't be that guy. Get a VPN. Get Surfshark VPN. Use code NERD at checkout for 83% off in 3 months. Free. They practically give it to you. Shut your mouth and do it. Okay? Also, every stream is brought to you by the wonderful folks you see in this chat with the badge next to their name, the Nerd Avenger members. We don't have a Patreon. We rely on the support of memberships. You could join the Nerd Avengers for $5 a month. There's a $10 a month tier where you get even more behind-the-scenes stuff and business talk about YouTube and my thoughts on this digital world. You get the emojis. You get 20% off of our merch. You get a bunch of exclusive streams, and you will get some more information about cool stuff we're doing in the future as well. So make sure you check out that. Join the Nerd Avengers today. It also makes you a little bit taller, makes you a baller, gives you a few dollars or some shit. I don't know. Norm Summers, first time super chat. What's up, homie? After Loki, I'm ready to get weird with the multiverse. You and Feige, take my money. Norm, thank you, man. Appreciate the support. Mike Haas says, Marvel needs to watch where they are slipping or reaching around for cocks. Wait, what? It could get weird where they stick cocks. LOL. But we got cocks in the game. I feel like I need to take a shower. Thanks, Mike. Gavin with the $2 holla says, much love, my nerd brother. Bullseye versus Hawkeye, please. Dude, that would be sick. That's a good one. That's a good one, my friend. I'd love to see it. Trev says with the $5 holla, what if Hulk is Savage Hulk again and is on the run and guest stars in everything as the story MacGuffin? Well, I would like that very much. And I will neither confirm nor deny that Savage Hulk is coming back, but on a totally unrelated note, make sure y'all watch Shang-Chi. Kevin the Big Chill Malone with a $2 hollow says, get to see Shang-Chi Friday in 4DX. Can't wait, bro. We see it Thursday night. I'm very excited. I'm hyped up for Shang-Chi. Very excited. We'll be talking about that. We're going to do a little vlog of it. So I might do a first reaction vid that night, but then we'll do a thorough breakdown, my thoughts, live stream Friday at 10:30 for the morning stream, man. I'm excited, dude. Talking about Shang-Chi, it's going to be tough. 34 Virgo with a $5 holla says, yo, I went B. Nice. Hearing you drop Xavier over the weekend and started yelling. It was embarrassing. But so what? Let's go. Let's go, bro. It's not embarrassing. It's other people don't understand. They don't get it. They're lost. But you are found. John Lover with a 14 of some currency says, show full design a t-shirt notwithstanding. Dude, no, I can't. But I've already done this one with that as well, man. I've already done that. Here, this is the best I could do. And by the way, how do we have less than 300 likes? Come on, man. Come on, guys. I know a bunch of you. I know a bunch of fucking smash the like button. Anyway, it's the best I could do. Many of you were probably like, dude, I don't like what you said about Matt Reeves, man. Taking my like off. Yeah, whatever. Nikki with the $10 holla says, Snyder fans need to move on. No! Are you never going to look forward to a DC movie again? Never! Batman will always be a hit. Snyder ain't paying you to stay salty. Twitter, not the general audience either. No, actually, a lot of people on Twitter are excited about the movie. For sure. Here's my thing. Look, I'm interested to see how this goes, Nikki. I see a bad scenario. In all seriousness, I get your point, but I see a bad scenario here. And also, don't make the Lucasfilm mistake, and I feel like they are, where they're just going to deny the divide. They're just going to deny the divide and just act like it's a unified fan base. That's going to fuck you up. You know what I mean? And it's going to turn people off. So, look, in some ways, I totally get you. And as a big Snyder fan, I'm totally okay with him not doing DC stuff. I'm excited about certain DC projects, like The Flash seems cool to me. That's about it. So, no, it's not like hate stuff forever, but I do think Snyder fans have a lot to be salty for sure. And, like, look, you know what it's like out there on the web. It's this attitude of, I'm not going to let this studio forget about this thing. And to be honest with you, if you motivate a large group of people to be so emotionally invested in a thing that they're going to let you know, that's the little guy. That's the power they have. The social media, it's the power they have. And form together, they can form a very crazy group, right? If you as a studio, by a sin of commission, meaning you do something, or a sin of omission, meaning you don't do something, if you as a studio motivate a select group of people to come in and troll your ass hard, and it's a big group of people, that's on you. That's on you. And then if you want to deny that and just make content out there and it doesn't slap or hit or connect the way it should, that's also on you. So that's the point I'm making. But yeah, I guess you're right. Pretty Nikki with the $10 holla says, Josh, don't you dare speak ill of Matt Reeves in the Batman. It will be a masterpiece, damn it. Love you broke, but you tripping and take my money. Thank you so much for the support. Back to back. Here's some support, but also you're wrong. Super chats from two wonderful Nickies. Thank you guys so much. And look, I get it. You know what I mean? Look, there's Matt Reeves fans out there, and that trailer was cool. I like the trailer. It won me over a little bit. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of stuff working against the movie. Like, I think it's just the reality of the situation. I am, performing a little bit. It's a little bit of clowning, but at the same time, watch that shit bomb. Emo Joe with the $2 holla says, where you at on Future Revolution? We waiting on you. I know. I need to get in there. I'm going to hit Ryan up today. He's got, like, the thing set up. I'm going to get in there. I've got 3 different characters. My main is Iron Man. Yeah, I'll show y'all the Nerd Vengers. I'll show you guys my Iron Man on the stream Shit is lit, dude. Like, my Iron Man is nothing to mess with. But I also have leveled up Doctor Strange and Spider-Man because you need to get that squad rank up. So, yeah. And if you are interested in playing with myself and many of the Nerd Vengers, go to New Stark City 2. That's the server that I'm on. I think Ryan has set up a guild or whatever. So we're going to get all that going on. Lemon Man with a $2 holla says, first time catching your stream. Hey, thanks, man. I hope you're having a good time in here. Smash like if you are having a good time, and if you're not, smash like anyway. Mike Plo Koon Porter says, Shang-Chi week, MCU rules. Yeah, man, it is a happy week, Mike. I'm excited. I think the movie's going to be dope. Very, very excited. Brad Moores with a $5 holla says, this Xavier thing sounds like Mephisto all over again. Tell me I'm wrong. You're wrong. And also, do you even know the Mephisto story? You see, I'm not trying to be that guy, but I'm totally going to be that guy. You guys realize that Mephisto wasn't just grabbed out of thin air, right? Many of the people that were talking about Mephisto heard substantial evidence to suggest that Mephisto was going to be a thing. Yeah. So the idea of Mephisto being a part of WandaVision and being a part of the MCU was not just pulled out of the ether. Now, could it have been something that Marvel wanted to do and then they changed their mind? For sure. Could it be something that they wanted to do and then remove from WandaVision to keep the mystery around? Well, we know they removed Doctor Strange from WandaVision. So it is also possible they removed Mephisto. It's also possible that by removing Doctor Strange, they also removed Mephisto. Think about it. So, first of all, Brad over here, let me tell you again, for the people in the back, at one time or another, and possibly still, Marvel had plans for Mephisto in the MCU. It's real, bro. Shit was real. Okay, so first of all, let's start there. Second of all, Xavier thing, I mean, what else do you want me to say? Like, all of the good scoopers have been talking about this. Everybody's been talking about this, dude. Like, you gotta understand how these scoopers work, okay? Let me take you into the mind of a scooper. They all want the exclusive. They all want to feel like they're on the inside, and they all want to talk about all the dope things that they know. And one of the things they definitely love to do is when one of them, within the cabal, puts out a scoop that's not true, they love to dogpile and shit all over that person because it eliminates the competition and makes them look more credible. It's fucking Game of Thrones to these people. Okay? And I like some of these people. I mean, I like a lot of these people. Damn, dude, I got an eyelash in my eye. No! I'm going to do an eye patch for the rest of the show. Anyway, thanks, Brad, for the support. Sorry I clowned on you. Kalisto, what's up with a $20 holla? Very generous, says, I am hoping the Batman is merely a narrative of a young, angry, unseasoned hero who makes mistake on his journey to becoming the true superhero. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, look, I don't want to take anybody's enjoyment away from that sort of a thing. For me, really not interested. I've seen origin stories. How many times we got to watch the Waynes get shot? You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if, and again, Kalisto, all the love and respect to that opinion and to wanting to see that. I get it. For me, I'm getting sick of seeing that. I'm getting sick of reading it, to be honest. I want new. I want the Bat God. Imagine if they kept rebooting Tony Stark and just kept telling the story of Tony Stark building the armor in the cave in the desert. Instead of building up Tony Stark and the MCU version of Tony Stark to have a 10-year-long arc that was epic. What if instead of that, we just kept rebooting you, showing him in the desert? And then different versions of that, you know? That's kind of where I'm at as a fan. Hey, all the love and respect to the people that want to see another origin story with a different take. I get it. That's kind of cool. And Matt Reeves is the guy to give us that different take. I'm just personally at a place where I think it doesn't really do it for me. You know what I mean? Let's not lie. You know? It's okay to be different. It's okay to like different things. It's okay to be excited about different things. And I feel the pressure and the eyeballs and the anger out there in the crowd. The tension's high in the tower. Many of you are like, let's not do this again, Josh. You know? apparently, from what I've heard, I'm really good at hyping projects up, but then I rug pull hype. I'll like rug pull the hype and be like, nope, it sucked, and here's why. And then everyone is left confused with mixed emotions and all that. So let's not rug pull on Batman. I'm just saying it's sucky from day one. Let's go. Nikki with the $5 house says, let's not forget how hyped y'all Snyder Simps were during fandom last year when they announced these movies. Keep that same energy. Love you, Josh. No, honestly, the Batman trailer is lit. Like, you can't deny that. The trailer's dope. But he's wearing hockey pads. You know what I mean? What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say, Nikki? You know? I'm not wearing hockey pads. And then freaking Battinson's like, I am. Dorian Trussell, $10 holla. Very generous, brother. Says Hulk and Moon Knight is either a cameo or just another smart character to explain stuff. Like the show Cosmic, Scientific, and Supernatural. Excelsior! It very well could be the case. Again, after we all go watch Shang-Chi, I'll have more to say about that exact point. But I think it could be a little come hang out at the tower. Moon Knight, he's been in the Avengers before. Dan Flashes with a $5 holla says, DC movies will bomb until their product gives the audience's expectations. Marvel expectations can lead to some staleness, but it lets them go long form. Yeah, I agree. Super fun. With the Marvel movies. I've been thinking a lot about this dichotomy, this difference between Marvel and DC. It's very interesting to me. And, yeah, I agree, man. Well, hey, we'll see, though. I mean, DC could have some smash hits, dude. The Flash movie seems dope. You know, I just think there's just not enough done to address the divided fan base. That's where I'm at. The Exodus says with a $5 holla, Bruce contaminates Jennifer Walters with that blood transfusion, goes on the run, runs into Moon Knight, ends up in Canada, meets Logan and Alpha Flight. That would be sick. I would love that. I would honestly like that quite a bit. I think it's kind of yet to be determined, brother. You know what I mean? Again, I'm kind of biting my tongue on some of this stuff. Quentin Lee with a $2 holla says, Future Revolution is only a mobile game. Okay, yes. It's only available on mobile. However, you can get an emulator for the computer, and I'm actually going to create an account on the computer as well, just to push the graphics. There's I forget what's the thing I used. There's a couple of them. You can find them. There are emulators out there, and what it'll do is basically just act like a phone, and you'll be able to do all the things you would normally do on a phone, but on your PC. So, yes and no. It is only a mobile game, but you can play on PC, and I'm going to do both. Because the game is awesome. Like, dude, I haven't talked about it enough. The game's lit, dude. The game is really, really fun. I can't wait to be playing more with you guys, raiding, etc., etc. Kevin says, get to see Shang-Chi in 4DX Friday. Can't wait. That's dope, bro. Shiloh says, it's been a while, everyone, and I hope all my nerd ventures are well. Can't wait for all the MCU madness. P.S. Take my money. Thank you, Shiloh. We missed you, but also we totally understand, man. Summertime, world's crazy. Do your thing. Have your fun. And the tower will always be here when you're ready to come back. Jared says, with a $5 holla, theory for next No Way Home trailer. Strange and Spider-Man are fighting the villains, and Strange says, we need more help, and starts opening portals. No reveals. That's a great... Honestly, that would be a great way to develop it. For real. Like, I would like that. I at this point, it's kind of fun that there's all these deniers and people out there that don't think, Toby and Andrew are going to be in it. So it's kind of fun to have that question mark and that discussion. So maybe if they continue to play off of it, it could be good. Could be good. Matthew K. with a $5 holla says, I remember you mentioning a while back a possible Hugh Jackman / Chris Evans series post-World War II. This still possible would be wild and would be my #1 most anticipated show and movie. Okay, so this is coming from Nick Santos over at the Hashtag Show. He says there will be a Wolverine Anthology series. It is my speculation on top of his report that this could be what they're bringing Chris Evans back for, and there was some discussion about that among insiders and people. Chris Evans doing a X-Men show with Hugh Jackman or with a new Wolverine, okay? So I think some of this, look, I like Nick and I like the Hashtag Show, but if I had a criticism of them, I would say that Nick tends to get overhyped on things and report things without fully vetting these stories. He'll often be right about things, but maybe not fully right and a little bit early. Like, he had the Midnight Sun stuff, but he's early, and some of the things he said about it might change because productions are constantly changing. So, take it with a grain of salt. Your mileage may vary. I do think a Wolverine anthology show is at least being talked about over at Marvel. Hard to say if it will actually happen, though. I hope that answers your question. Matthew Smith says in a $5 holla, I don't have any smart-ass remarks for you today, but I haven't donated in a week. Take my money. What if plus Shang-Chi equal week-long boner? Yeah, well, you're going to want to see a doctor if you have that boner for a week long. Apparently, that's no good out there. But then again, I'm not a financial advisor. So thank you very much for the support, man. Again, it's all gravy, baby. Appreciate the support. John White with a $5 holla says, great comparison between Iron Man and Batman. I would love to see DC establish characters over a 10 to 15-year arc over 25 to 30 movies instead of reboots. Yeah, and again, we understand where people like Nikki are at. We respect where people are at. But again, not where I'm at, okay? I just am in a different place. I want to see the Bat God. I want to see White Lantern Batman. I want to see Batman on the Mobius chair. Batman is titties, son. Batman has done incredible things in the comic books. It's crazy that we have to keep rebuilding. And by the way, street level Batman, I get it. It's fun. It's cool. Dude, Batman can do so much more than that. Anyway, I don't want to go ranting on that. Mike Plo Koon Porter with a $5 holla says, I'm looking forward to Hockey Pad Batman, who uses a no workout machine to get into his sports car Batmobile and listen to Nirvana covered by Coldplay. Bro, see, even Mike gets it. Mike gets it. Perfect description. Perfect super chat. Quote of the day. James Dean didn't do it. Anyway. Quentin Lee says, I'll try to get Future Revolutions on BlueStacks. Yes, that's the emulator I was using, actually. So, yeah, that's the one, my friend. That's the one. Okay, let's get into the chat. Let's see what y'all are saying. Is everybody really, really mad at me? How mad is everybody at me? Is everybody really mad? Let's wait and see how Josh is going to react to my super. I hear you, Nikki, but that's not blah, blah, blah. Didn't I already do that? Is this chat behind? Is this chat behind? Or what, man? Oh, it looks like it is behind. Looks like it's a lot behind. What the heck? How do I get back to the fucking... James M., welcome to the Nerd Vengers, and boy, do I like your Henry Cavill Superman profile picture. You are a Nerd Venger now. And don't listen to the Snyder haters, bro. The Den of Nerds will always be a pro-Snyder environment. Forehead Face with a $5 holla says, what did you think about Luke Cage? Lots of cool elements for me, but overall, kind of booty. Happy Monday, y'all. Take my money. Yeah, okay, I'm going to say something really controversial. Okay, I'm going to say something. You guys ready? You guys ready for me to get canceled? You guys ready? Are you ready for my last hoorah? The last time we'll ever be live? Get your clip button ready. Get your camera phones out. Let's do it. Let's get canceled. Here we go. You all ready? I don't think Mike Coulter is hard enough to play Luke Cage. I said it. I said it. He's too soft to play Luke Cage. Too soft. Not hard enough. Sorry, Mike. You're a swell dude. I'm sure if you punched me in the face in real life, it would hurt a lot. But you're too soft, bro. You're too soft. I need someone harder. Yep. That's what it is. And as far as Luke Cage is concerned, it was all right, man. There's some really cool stuff in season 1, like him and Jessica's fun. Him and Cottonmouth is fun. But then they kill off Cottonmouth, and you're just like, what the It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen on the Netflix shows. Super terrible. So, yeah. Masma says, dude, I already canceled you. This is true. Yeah, I didn't realize I was already canceled. My bad. Zachary P. with a $5 holla says, DC is doing to Batman what George Lucas and Steven Spielberg did to Indiana Jones and Stormtroopers in the South Park arcade. Nice, bro. Nice, Zachary. Yeah. Josh was canceled when he put Loki over Mando. Hey, Loki season 1 is a more complete show than The Mandalorian. I will not apologize. I will not. He wants the homies to be harder. I sure do. Especially Luke Cage, man. Like Luke Cage is hard as nails in the comics, bro. Like not just his skin, his character, bro. You know what I mean? So Gavin says, I'm kind of sick of Batman in general. Well, let's hold on there. You know, I can go down that road quite a bit, but I have to take an exit on, do we even need Batman, though? You know what I mean? Like, look, where's the other Batman fans at? Get me out of here, you know? Like, that's honestly how I feel. Like, I get it, you know? And some people are like, oh, let's get it. No, I'm sorry. It's still Batman, bro. Put some respect on his name, for sure. But, I mean, you're right. They have other characters, and they have other things and all that, so. You know. RSG says, been getting edumacated with my comics over at Comics Explained. Got me really wanting to see Ben Reilly and Kane. Nice, bro. Love those two. And a DC Marvel crossover with the two bros. Yeah, that would be sick, dude. That would be sick. By the way, we will be reading some comics today at noon for the members. So members only. Make sure you check the community tab. Make sure you check the Discord. That's where it'll pop up. And like I know some people are saying like, oh, I don't get notifications. Just check those things at noon. We're going to go at noon today. We're going to go at noon tomorrow. We're taking Wednesday off, and then we're going on Thursday, and we're going on Friday. So if you watched last week's Thursday member stream, we started Jonathan Hickman's New Avengers, which leads up into Time Runs Out and then the Secret Wars. We're going to pick up where we left off, which is basically Hank McCoy reading the will or a message given to him by Charles Xavier. At this point in the comics, Charles was killed by Cyclops in the Avengers vs. X-Men story. So that's what we're going to pick up. And I had a blast last week reading it with you guys. It was really fun giving commentary. So if you're a Nerdventure member and you're not doing anything, come by at noon. I'm going to give you guys some updates, and then we're going to read some comics, okay? But in order to make that stream, I am going to get out of here in just a little bit. So let's see what else is going on in the chat, y'all. What else is going on in the chat? What you guys saying? Wait, what? The Loki show is better than Mando? Nope. And most complete story? Ha! What you talking about, Willis? Just an opinion, you know? You don't gotta be so mean. Method Man wants to play Bishop? Dude, let's go. Nice. Knights of It's not Milton. It's the Knight of Melvin. Will not be looking at you, not being chill. Yeah. P40 says, did you see Nia DaCosta wants to team up the movie with Galactus, Storm, and Scott Summers? That sounds dope. Why not, dude? Spirit says, I will be so pissed if they bring back Hugh as Wolverine. Pass the mantle to someone new. You know, that is such an interesting part of what's going on right now. I watched Grace's video talking about this a little bit, right? And she was saying, like, you know, with the Fantastic Four, it looks like total reboot, clean reboot. That's the way they're going. But with the mutants, they are messing with this multiversal, like some of them are coming back, et cetera, right? I think that the explanation is just variance. I think we will still have the X-Men and mutants in the MCU, the main MCU timeline. And then I think you will have the Fox versions and a lot of other versions that mirror either the Fox versions or the MCU versions. I know it's going to get crazy, but honestly, I think that with the X-Men, you can make that kind of stuff make sense. X-Men, they go through time a lot. There's a lot of crazy stuff with the X-Men, different universes. Even their own continuity over at Fox doesn't really make sense. So I think you can do that and then have a new Fantastic Four. Mike says, did you see the Galactus got funded and it comes with a Doom head? I did see that. And I also saw that a lot of people freaked out about the Doom head. I think that Doom head is dope. And look, I want to Like, look, I'm just gonna be real with you guys. There's some stuff that I would love to buy. Not only one of those Galactuses, but two of those Galactuses, and I would love to give one of them away to a Nerdventure member or something like that, right? But right now, I am spending money on some other things that I think are going to be way more impactful to the channel, and I'll talk more about that in the members stream. But like video game development, you know, virtual reality development, you know, our NFT project, our metaverse, a lot of these other things. That's like would I rather, like, that's like $800, right, for two of those Galactuses. And don't get me wrong, it's dope, it's fun, it's nerdy. If you want to get one, all the power in the world to you. But I could spend $800 on two Galactus statues, or I could put another $1,000 into the video game, or, you know, some of these other things that we're working on, right? So I'd love to, bro, but we're playing a little tight. We're playing a little tight over here, you know? We're spending money on some other things, and I'd love to buy a $400 Galactus statue, but we're not quite there. You know, we're not quite there as a channel and all that yet, you know what I mean? But it's fun, and I did see that. It's definitely a cool idea. All right, guys, I'm hanging for like 5 more minutes. What the hell else do you guys have on your mind? Who wants to yell at me about Batman or Mando or whatever? Get it out of your system. What else is going on? I would say Justice League versus Legion of Doom. That would be kind of sick. It's hilarious how people think simp is such an insult. They really don't care. Simp all day. Bro, yeah. Look, we took that back. You know, we took that simp word back. We got plenty. Like, I simp, dude. I simp for Dave Filoni. I simp for Kevin Feige. I simp for these dudes, right? Like, we're taking that language back, and we're taking the language of nerd back too. You know, when I was in Philly, this is kind of a funny story about Philly. When I lived in Philly, a lot of my friends, like when I was explaining like the channel and like the Den of Nerds and stuff, they were like, "But why do you have to call it the Den of Nerds?" You know what I mean? Like, nerd is a derogatory, like, they were like, nerds, like, it's bad. Like, if you get called a nerd, like, it's bad. And I was like, no, man, you don't understand. We are taking it back. To be a nerd now is dope. To be a nerd now is social signaling. Like, we're taking it back. You know what I mean? And I feel like we did the same thing with simp as well. Jake says, you better have a good week, Josh. Well, it's off to a good start, I'll tell you that. Josh, did you watch the fight last night? I did. I didn't bet on it, but I did watch the fight. And you know what my biggest takeaway from the fight was last night? I don't know how many more times I want to watch MMA fighters try to box, dude. It is so obviously a very different sport. And Tyron is a great athlete and a great striker. But, dude, he looked horrible. Like, as compared to boxers. Like, it's just so sloppy. The stance, lack of head movement, like, just so much stuff. I'm just like, what the fuck? So, I don't know how much I want to watch MMA fighters box anymore. You know what I mean? And honestly, like, Jake, like, neither one of them looked good. I'm going to be honest with you. Neither one of them looked good. Jake looked really good for, like, a round and a half. And then, like, complete lack of form, complete lack of everything, and then they're just wailing on each other. I don't want to... Look, Jake's doing really smart business, and he's building himself up really in a unique way. And I think he could get there as a fighter. But, like, damn, dog, that was a little hard to watch. Dorian Trussell with a $10 holla says, will we see a variant of Hela in Season 2 of Loki? You know, that is really interesting. That's a really interesting idea. I'd love it. That's a character that they should explore more. You know, I hope she's not just one and done from that. You know what I mean? And again, with variants of Hela, I mean, you don't even need the same actress. You could bring different people in. That'd be fun. I'm into it. Zebra says, why can't we get a good Green Lantern movie instead of another Batman origin? Also, much love, brother. Yeah, bro. Dude, I'm with you, man. I am with you. I definitely want a Green. I love the Green Lantern books, man. Green Lantern is one of the coolest. Like, I love that Green Lantern stuff, man. It was one of my faves, dude. Like, back in the day, first of all, back in the day, Justice League over Avengers all day. Who the fuck read Avengers? Nobody read Avengers. Everybody read the Justice League. Justice League was where it was at. And my personal dude was Green Lantern. Look, man, you've got the Superman, the unbelievable, crazy, Boy Scout character. Didn't appeal to me as a kid. I love Superman now. I actually grew to love Superman more over the years. Batman, dark, jowly, throwing batarang things, crazy, fun. Aquaman, fun. Wonder Woman, fun. And then there's just this dude with a ring that can make anything he can imagine. That was my dude. That shit's dope. So, yeah. I would love Green Lantern to play a bigger role in what DC is doing. You know what I mean? I would love it. I would love it. Thoughts on Donda? I didn't listen to any of it. Is it any good? Is it any good? He's paid to look horrible? I don't know, bro. I don't know. We all looked bad for watching? No, it's entertaining. It was entertaining, And look, I like fighting, and like that fourth round was very exciting. You know what I mean? But yeah. Will we see Chris Evans' Johnny Storm variant? There's a rumor out there. Nothing substantial about it, though. I really think it'll be more X-Men-y type stuff, but who knows? Yeah, Jake needs to fight a real boxer for sure. You didn't say Flash, Josh. How dare you? I mean, Flash is aight. Okay, this is a great question. Gavin says, Josh, when Daniel says Wanda versus Xavier will top Steven versus Thanos, how? Xavier visually doesn't have that cool of a power. Okay, but here's what'll happen. He's going to be fighting her inside her own mind. So within her own mind, because of Xavier's power, it will look visually incredible. And he might look way cooler than any magician or any other person if he is fighting Wanda inside her own mind. That's how it's going to be that visually, I think. You know what I mean? Have I seen Free Guy? I have not seen Free Guy yet, and I want to. I do want to. Okay, guys, I got to get out of here. Again, if you are a member, in about 40 minutes at noon, we will be live. I'll put that out again on the Discord and on the community tab, so you'll see it pop up. I'm going to give you guys some updates, going to talk about fun stuff, and then we're going to read some comics. Probably only going to go for like 40 minutes, because then I got another vet appointment. So, yeah, look forward to that. I'll see you guys soon at noon. Thank you guys for all the support today. Thanks for hanging out with me, talking about these dirty things. We do this for entertaining purposes. I'm not trying to upset anybody. I'm not trying to really offend, I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm saying it to be funny. And a little bit mean towards that Batman movie, because that's just going to be trash. All right, everybody. Much love. Let's get out of here. As I always say, hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Did everybody go? Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave the stream? Here's a hot take. Jake Paul would beat up Matt Reeves' Batman. Anyway, let me just tell you this too. There's a little slight spoiler for you guys this weekend, right? This NFT hype is so crazy that I spent first I spent $100 to get that Doctor Doom NFT on Vivi. Okay, so I had to buy it in the secondary market. Second of all, I spent like $250 and created a custom panda NFT that will probably be worthless. And I probably could have done it in like Photoshop, and instead I spent again $300 just to do it. So go out and make smarter decisions. You know, this is why I can't afford Galactus. So yeah. Anyway, talk to you guys soon.